The single best balance exercise you can work on in just 60 seconds a day is coming right up. For the past 10 years, I've been helping people improve their balance in the physical therapy clinic, but there's one exercise I teach my senior clients to do at home that is easily one of the best balance exercises you can do, and the best part is that it can take less than a minute, and you can do it almost anywhere you feel comfortable. In today's video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to perform this exercise because on this channel, we love helping people like you make progress towards your goals. And if your goal is to improve your balance, let me know by hitting that like button below. The exercise is called a tandem stance, and it's the perfect exercise to get started with balance training. To perform the tandem stance exercise, start with a sturdy chair or countertop in front of you. Bring one foot in front of the other so your feet are aligned in what we call the tandem stance. Now try to let go of the chair and stand tall, maintaining your balance, which is more difficult to do now that you have a narrow base of support. The first goal with this exercise is to be able to stand here for 15 to 20 seconds without having to hold onto the chair or the countertop during that time. Now try switching your feet so the other foot is in front and hold this position for 15 to 20 seconds as well. This sequence takes just 1 minute of your day, and it can be one of the very best balance exercises because it's so easy to perform almost anywhere. In a perfect world, I'd recommend that my patients practice this exercise 3 to 5 times a day, and once they've mastered standing in this tandem position with an upright posture and equal pressure between feet without the need to hold on to any chair or countertop for support, then they can progress to the more difficult variations of this exercise, which I'll describe here in a few seconds. Now, as you are practicing this exercise, I want to make sure that you realize it's totally fine to feel that you need to support yourself with a few fingertips or a few taps on the countertop with your hands as you get used to this new narrow stance position. The key to remember in this exercise is to keep equal weight through each foot, because one of the biggest mistakes people make is shifting their weight way too far forward or too far backwards, which can ultimately cause them to feel like they're about to lose their balance. And if you're just getting started with this exercise, don't get frustrated if it takes you a few attempts to get the hang of the tandem stance, because some of my strongest patients have had difficulty with this simple exercise, but after practicing the tandem stance every day for a few days, it becomes almost second nature, and they're able to progress onto the more advanced movements, which improves their balance even more. Now, if you're wondering why I like starting with the tandem stance exercise for balance training, is because there's so much we can do to progress the difficulty of that movement and ultimately improve our stability and decrease our risk of falling. And for many people, the reason they fall is because they lose their footing as they're turning or navigating in small spaces. So level 2 of this exercise incorporates the challenge of adding head turns with a tandem stance. Now, you want to make sure you have a chair or a countertop available before you progress with head turns, because it's surprising how difficult it can be to perform the same exercise while simply turning our head. And that's because this subtle shift in our head position affects both our visual center and our vestibular center, which are two of the other key components of maintaining our balance. Now, the same challenge applies here while standing in a tandem position. Try to turn your head to the left and hold that for a couple of seconds, then turn your head back to the center and then towards the right for a few seconds. After performing a few head turns for about 30 seconds, switch the position of your feet and try the sequence of head turns left and right once again for about 30 seconds. For some of you, this will be very difficult to perform, so the same is true with this new variation of the tandem stance. Try to practice this 60-second movement every day, 3 to 5 times a day, until you've completely mastered the ability to move your head left and right in this tandem stance position without the need to hold on to any chair or countertop to keep yourself balanced. Once you've mastered that, you could add the third progression onto the tandem stance, and that is to add a reaching motion with your arms. Now, there's no exact science as to how often you should reach forward or to the side, and that's because research shows us that getting better balance is simply a matter of performing movements that just challenge our balance. So by reaching forward with one arm or two arms, and then out to the side with one arm or both arms, you may start to feel a little unsteady at first, and that's exactly what we want to feel initially. Our goal here with this third challenge of reaching is to introduce additional movements that require subtle adjustments in our posture to keep us balanced and upright. So set a timer for 20 to 30 seconds, then switch your feet and perform another 30 seconds of reaching with head turns, and continue this challenge until you can perform the movement without touching the countertop, and even consider working up to a full 60 seconds over the next few weeks. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want more of these short, to-the-point videos, be sure to click the subscribe button if you want to see more helpful videos like this. And if you want even more help with your balance, take a look at the description below to find a link to the balance guide I created to help my friends and my family members. And since we're friends now, I think you're going to find this to be really helpful. It's called 21 Days to Better Balance, and you can download it at getbetterbalance.com. I'll see you there.